Hey everyone, nerfs just got announced, and I'm just going to go through them real quick, give my opinions, and give my opinions on the buffs. So first, we've got Flickering Lightbot to 5 mana. This was a change. I expected this card to get nerfed, but the big giant did not get nerfed. So the big giant comes down at the same time, but the first initial pressure comes at the same time. There are multiple ways to nerf this card. This will make it less hyper aggro, but the big giant pressure is still coming. Next, we got Harbinger the Blighted at 2 to 3 mana. This is a huge nerf. I'm not even sure how I feel about this nerf. It just makes the card much worse. So effectively, because you're playing this card, 4, 5, 6 times, that's 4, 5, 6 mana. It's not like when other cards get nerfed and they're 1 mana more, you pay 1 more mana. This is you paying. If you Shadow Step this, now it's you playing 4 mana instead of 2 mana to play it twice. So really, honestly, this card is probably just unplayable at this point. I was a little surprised. Definitely a lot worse. Next, we got Tending Dragonkin, now a 5 mana 5/4 instead of a 3 mana 3/2. No one's running this for the stats. You're running it to duplicate your crazy beasts. So you could still run this in a deck, an Imbue deck, where you have 0 mana beasts, you play it. So it still might be playable. At the end of the day, if you have a 0 mana beast that's really buff, this is still going to be good. But realistically, it just makes the deck so much worse in general. Next, we got King Plush. King Plush is now Battlecry. If your opponent has 15 or so less health, return all other minions to their owner's decks and gain charge. So it doesn't even have charge by default, and you have to have gotten your opponent down to 15 or less health. So it's really interesting. It kind of rewards you for playing a Smork deck. Realistically, this card's just a lot worse. But it's a very weird change. It does do all, so it can do bigger minions. So it's meant to be like the top end of an aggro deck. Ultimately, I'm not sure I like it, but not sure I hate it. Just a very big change. So we'll see how it goes. But ultimately, it's meant to be like run in an aggro deck, and you use it like as your opponent's kind of getting back on board to give yourself another chance. Cliff Dive simply from 6 to 7. This card's very strong, and I actually expect some sort of Demon Hunter Cliff Dive still to be fine. It's a little just I think this coming down a turn later will be nice. Symbiosis, not getting the mana discount is kind of aligned with power level of other cards. It's right now, it's just the strongest card by drawn win rate in the Imbue Druid. I think the third strongest, actually Innervate and Mirdrasil are the strongest cards. So really strong cards. So they just wanted to nerf something to make Imbue Druid a little bit weaker. We'll see how Imbue Druid does, because Imbue Druid also getting one other card nerfed. Curse Campaign to 4 mana. This is for all the Starship Warlock and the Yor Warlock, so it's a lot harder to get a Yor plus the 4 mana spell. So you still might run maybe like one of this, but I could easily see this card just getting cut. But at the end of the day, it's still probably pretty good with Yor. So we'll see. Still really cool deck. So and then Sing Along Buddy, now a 3 mana 2/4. It's interesting they made it a 2/4 and not a 1/4, because it makes it harder for you to tutor in some wild decks. I know that's slightly relevant. And Nerlex to 7. So your first dragon each turn costs 1. So you can't do the crazy Imbue Priest pop off. So you can play one big dragon. But yeah, bottom line is you can't abuse it with Imbue Priest. That's one of the most hated decks. Ultimately, this card's not that exciting. In theory, you use it to be a value card, but really it's just a combo card, and people don't really like the combo. So I think this change is fine. Realistically, free dust. And finally, this is the one change I was a little iffy on. Still to 8 mana. Makes it you can't corrupt it with Malorn. It's just 1 mana away from just the old Ysera now. So it just seems, this mana increase might make it a lot worse, and it is kind of the card of the new expansion. So I feel a little bit iffy on this. But ultimately, this card is run in so many decks, and the Dream card is really good. So maybe it's a reasonable change. So those are my thoughts on the nerfs. Let's go to thoughts on the buffs. One, we've got Blessing of the Moon. Choose a playable pre-spell. So it costs 1 less, but it's temporary. So now you have to get cards that you can play this turn. I think this is a great change. It just feels really bad when you're just getting cards that are unplayable, so it never is a complete dud. So this Imbue Priest might be nuts now. In Arena, it's probably absolutely nuts. I've heard it's already broken in Arena. So Imbue Priest, this is actually the probably bigger change than all the nerfs, but Imbue Priest has been historically so bad. So I think I'm definitely going to be playing some Imbue Priest today. Next, we got this hero power goes down for the paladin to 1 mana, so it costs a lot less. Big change, like huge change. Like don't underestimate. So both these are absolutely huge buffs. This Shadow Flame suffocation to 2 mana. This is a big buff too. You know, it makes the card, you know, very playable. I'm discovering a bit more with Dark Gift, so I'm curious, you know, what is Warrior Cut in its current list to put this in. Living Flame, slightly better stats for tutoring. You know, Dark Rider 2/1. So these are now just stronger cards in general than nothing. This I do think the Spirit of Calordry, especially now that this card is gained, if you use your hero power this turn, gain +3/+3, you can get it off the hero power, right? So you're likely to get it off the hero power because it has to be a playable card. So you can get off the hero power, slamming this down for a 4/6 lifesteal taunt is going to be insane. So really, and then the last one is Battlecry, reduce the cost of your minions in your hand with Dark Gifts by 2. You know, I'm not really excited about this card. But bottom line is Imbue Priest and Imbue Paladin probably on the map now. Those are really big changes. They're really big buffs. So we'll see. I'll definitely be trying some stuff out, maybe destroying my rank 1 rank. But ultimately, I'm really happy about these changes. I think they're good changes. I think they're well thought out changes, and I think they're patient changes. They're changes that they weren't just so fast to destroy decks. Probably Plush is the one card that got destroyed and it's the most hated. So I think overall really good decisions, but we'll see if the meta gets worse or gets better. Everyone always thinks the meta is going to get better, but sometimes it doesn't, but I think it will. So anyways, happy to see you guys on the ladder. Hope you guys enjoy the changes.